Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thanks so much for joining me here. Hope you're having a phenomenal day, evening, morning, afternoon, whatever it is. I appreciate you watching nonetheless. Thank you again to everybody who's been watching me for a long time, and even our new members too, of course. Again, CryptoCache.tag is the site if you're curious about becoming a better trader, maybe joining our trading team, or just more importantly, just want to have a bit more foundation, or perhaps have a trader on your side. That's all available there for you. Either way, thanks so much for the like button. That's the more important thing I think here. Get this in front of more people who deserve a fighting chance to not get destroyed by the market. So Solana, what are we going to do here? We're going to talk about liquidation first. That's what we always do, mainly because it's a excellent opportunity to understand where the price is going. Again, we talked about this earlier. 185, 180, and 175 were those easy round numbers to remember, and those are areas that are soon to get swept. First one at 185 already got taken out. Again, it's not a guarantee that this being here is the reason why the price goes that way. A lot of it hinges on Bitcoin doing the same thing, but liquidation levels are consistently swept. That's why you see higher highs and higher lows, and the price just turning right back around because they come up here, they destroy these longs or these late shorts, and then they destroy the late longs. It's just kind of a rinse and repeat. So again, must be nice to have billions of dollars to be able to do that, but with us not having that, we got to kind of understand where they're going. That's the whole purpose there. Anyways, simply to understand 176, 178, that range is getting a lot more liquidation, and that's that key support range too. We've talked about 178 being important. Price bounced perfectly off 178 over the weekend, and we may even see that retested here again. That could be a double bottom, or more importantly, it just could be the last line of defense, and the price keeps going lower. Just depends on Bitcoin personally. That's just my own thoughts, of course. But Solana, regardless of how strong and awesome it is, it will eventually align itself with Bitcoin and then decouple itself. Right now, it does look like it's a bit on the aligning side to the downside. Take a look at this here. These charts look fairly similar. In fact, almost worse for Solana. We've broken below the cloud in the hourly. Not a great look. So let's talk about the weekly. Nope, we already did the weekly earlier. Let's talk about the daily and work our way down. Key takeaway for the weekly is that we're still very bullish. Most coins are actually exuding good qualities on the weekly, specifically Bitcoin as well. And it's important to recognize that we're not breaking bearish. Bitcoin is still very bullish on the daily too, okay? So please recognize that. And if we take a look here, we are losing this ascending trend line. We'll discuss that when we're on smaller time frames. That's relevant to some moving averages on the 4-hour time frame. But at this point, we can see we're above all other moving averages, and things are looking still quite nice in the overall sense. We're over 50 on the RSI, while money flow index is going straight sideways. That's still a very good sign, by the way. Traditional RSI and stochastic RSI are starting to diverge. Okay. Again, there's nothing here that's telling us that we're breaking bearish at all. Today's candlestick doesn't look great. That is a bearish engulfing doji type of gravestone candle, which is usually unfavorable. Okay. So again, that kind of shifts momentum, basically letting us know that in this 24-hour period, we closed lower than when we opened from yesterday, and that basically tells us the bears controlled the entire price action. So again, just because everything else isn't confirming bearish doesn't mean it isn't. We are tentatively bearish on the shorter term time frames, and the reason why this ascending trend line exists is because I ran it concurrent with the 20-day SMA earlier when we were testing that level earlier. Now at this point, it is breaking below that, so oftentimes you will see a bearish backtest of the ascending trend line, and that is common for the price to retrace. Okay, so we want to look out for that. Is that exactly going to happen? No. It's just something to note because, again, the 50-day, this is a 20-day SMA. 20-day SMA is hanging out. It's going to start doing one of these. And as the price continues up, it usually continues lower because of that. Again, is that the exact reason it does that? No, it's just part of the overall equation that we want to look at. Again, your odds of success increase if you can acknowledge these things and understand that history has a tendency of repeating itself, but it doesn't have to. That's cool, right? That we should put that on a bumper sticker. It's such a dumb statement too, but it's rhetoric exists in trading. There's no other way around it. Anyways, we are looking at this situation here where we're under 50 on the RSI tentatively. So we're about 10 minutes away from closing below it. Does that mean you just instantly open a short because of it? No, but it does imply that if we lose 50, we're going to be breaking fairly bearish. We can also see the same thing here with the MACD diverging quite strong here. Last time we got an MACD FU where the price just shot straight up. A lot of people got short, a lot of shorts got squeezed out there, and now late longs are getting destroyed. Is that common rinse and repeat of these liquidation levels? You see these heavy red concentrations. These are all areas that get swept eventually. So me personally, 178 I think is just an eventuality at this point. Mainly because I've subscribed to the concept that Bitcoin will probably see 66,000, possibly 63.5. Those are the key fib levels on the macro. And if that happens, then I think Solana will probably at the very least hit its own 0.618 at 176. So my speculation here is that this might be a good consideration for entry, because it should be for Bitcoin as well. I'm literally considering a long at 66,000 for Bitcoin, almost in the blind based on how good of a support level that is on macro and micro fib levels. Okay. Again, watch my Bitcoin analysis if you're curious, but that's generally a consensus here. We're still over the 50-day SMA. That's the important thing. 178, 180 rather is a key level support. That's the initial support, secondary to that 176. And you can again see these on the charts here too as well. When you look at the liquidation, both those areas have concentrations of liquidity. Okay, so again, high volume leads to high liquidation, and again, high risk, high rewards. Okay, so let's look at the hourly and wrap it up here for you folks. And I'm just gonna see where we're at. Oh, also too, congrats to our community members. I just got to throw it out there for those who took our ICP shorts this week. We got both 27% and 25% on 2 separate short trades, and we are in an AVAX short now as well, minus a Bitcoin short that's still open. I think we already closed our near protocol short, but either way you look at it, congrats again on that. I just kind of got to throw it out there and make sure people are aware that we do have a pretty good, successful community, and it's important to recognize that a lot of it hinges on the fact that we all work together and we communicate well. And I really deeply appreciate just some really awesome traders in our group. So thanks everybody for just making it a great place. Last but not least, hourly time frame. We talked about this earlier. We're breaking below the cloud. This is why I feel like the price may come back up to retest the local high to essentially continue lower. Again, I drew this line out previously, not just because it matches well with the lower lead on the cloud, but also because it's a high on the 4-hour time frame, and that level there at about 185 is likely the new resistance if the price ends up recovering. Okay, and my speculations, we'll see it come up there, continue lower if that even occurs. We may even be on a free fall here. Either way you look at it, we were underneath the cloud, and we haven't been for quite a while, right? It's been since, what is it, Thursday? We've been above the clouds since Thursday, so we spent a good 4 or 5 days in the sunlight, and now it's time for the retracement to happen because greed happened over the weekend. Okay, it was a very unique weekend, honestly, with some strange fundamental catalysts, with the speech from former President Trump. A lot of the little things kind of add up. Either way you look at it here, the lagging span is free and clear of the price action now. Conversion lines, hold on, I can't see it. Conversion line is below the baseline. Yeah, this is a 3 for 3 green light to basically open a short. So open a short between 183 and 185, you'll have a higher probability of success, especially because we've confirmed a lot of other factors too leading into this. So again, when we look at everything here so far, it's more bearish than bullish, right? Does that increase your odds of success to the downside? You're darn right it does. Yeah, that's exactly why we look at these things, to build a case to essentially see if it's likely to go one way or the other. We're basically like, we're like crypto lawyers, right? Every time we look at this, we're convincing ourselves, we're convincing the jury that it's good to take a trade. Truth is, we shouldn't be convincing ourselves to take a trade. It's literally the opposite. You want to convince yourself not to take a trade in any normal circumstance. But that's probably the best analogy I could provide that kind of helps you understand generally why you analyze the charts in the first place. Okay. Again, it's not a guarantee. Manipulation occurs consistently. Price could literally turn around and shoot to 200 by this time tomorrow. It's perfectly normal. But a lot of the proof here is in the pudding, and I think there's a solid chance that we will see the price action continue lower in the relative near future. Those are my thoughts, though. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope that you continue to prosper whatever direction you're trading. Thanks so much for watching, folks. Again, CryptoCache.tag is the site if you want to become a better trader. Join us over on Twitter, Telegram, or Discord if you're curious about my playout charts for whatever coin you're going to be planning to look at, and it's all there for you. Again, thank you so much. We'll see you in the next one. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.